Greetings, galactic angelics of the New Earth. Today is day 2 of the full New Earth energies anchoring in. We are rising and we are awakening. So much energy and information coming in, it's hard to keep up. We have a lot to transmit today. We'll get right into it. Today on the Schumann, we had the power of 10 energies coming in. We had 117 M1.5 or greater earthquakes, 117 into the 711. Yesterday we had the 2727. Today, as I began preparing for this transmission, it was 702 and the 27th. So again, the 99. And today we had a very powerful activation in the Andes Mountains of our sacred condor, 6.7 Corral, Chile, South America. Again today, the Atlantean, the Lemurian energies rising up, bringing in the full codes of the Heros Gamos. We'll get started today's first transmission from Divine Sister of the Light, Kwana Michaela, the Golden Layer Quantum Report, more detailed explanation about the New Earth, Golden Layer of Information. There is a layer of information like a subtle layer surrounding Earth. Our breath connects us to this golden vibrational overlay, and with peaceful intention, shifting linkage is done. The more tranquility in our physical, mental, emotional, the more easier it is to start to feel, perceive this non-tangible overlay. The purpose of its presence is access to growth-enhancing information related to what is referred to as New Earth, a state of being, existence in 5D, and higher vibrational frequency bandwidth, information that is possible yet not transmitted in written form or given in verbal form, but it can be already given in writings, audio form, as pieces from those who are working with New Earth in the most direct ways. Because access to information is not limited by time and space frame, and if you have remembering, knowing how to access, bigger or smaller golden pieces are presented into infinite quantum fields. This is a beautiful opportunity of seeming Earth time to take what is present and to apply it. A more detailed explanation of the term New Earth. The New Earth is constantly evolving state of being. Each moment is filled with pure freshness. The New Earth itself is a combination of transparent crystalline energies, vibrational patterns, and expansions. The New Earth is an upward flow. It does not consist from the sum already existing timelines, future, past lives, with existing scenarios, with existing events, turning points, the sum of previous golden ages and civilizations. Those are experiences and incarnations to experience. Specific length of time, like 30,000 linear years, or it can be measured as thousands or billions of years. The grand shift of the collective consciousness to the New Earth, a state of awareness, consciousness being, is a brand new experience in multidimensional scale, or source through us, as us experiencing whole, universal expansion and upward spiral of life. It's breathtaking. It's not about shifting into cycles which operate in thousands of year frames. The New Earth itself can be viewed as higher in level as an age of Aquarius. The age of Aquarius goes as a cycle of 26,000 years. Before it was the age of Pisces. Age of Aquarius is a cycle and light program where there are available tools, energies, knowledge, resources for evolution of humanity, for evolution that is happening within the age of Aquarius. The New Earth does not have specific cycle shape. It's without borders, even in most subtle sense of the borderline. Recreation of timelines linked with Lyra or royal bloodlines, from where there is presented high-level, complex information. Discern what is pure essence of Lyra, where it is mixed and also related to other extraterrestrial star races. Please note there is no right or wrong, or the most correct path of humanity must follow in order to have living experiences of a whole new and a much different world. Cycles, light programs exist and can be used for humanity as a whole and for you as an individual soul to evolve. If you take this choice, if critical mass of humanity makes the decision of what is the most highest benefit for all, the more expanded you become, the more that expands your capacity to know and understand from within, and to get the much bigger picture of all these knowings you already have within, and to move then based on where it leads you, evolve and expand with easiness. With love, you know your own direction. This is the essence of ascension. Kwana Makela. Today from Divine Brostar, the Light Pars Kute, Ascension, the light body. In the periodic table of the elements, the atomic number of the carbon element is 6. That of the slice is 14, 1 octave higher. Carbon is needed to form all the DNA and RNA, chemical code of life as it exists today. Dr. Max G. Legale, professor of science, discovered that silicon could modify DNA. In other words, silicon can sustain life. We are currently evolving very rapidly as a human species. The evolution of our species, Homo sapiens, is making a quantum leap to an immortal species with 48 chromosomes that have 12 physical lines of DNA and 10 etheric strands of DNA. Our three-dimensional biology, 3D, is being alchemically displaced from carbon to multidimensional 5D slice crystal. If a piece of wood is placed in the fire, it burns until all that is left is the element carbon. However, if a diamond is placed in a fire, its structure is maintained. So all our cells must be transformed from carbon to crystalline silicon so that we can withstand the enormous amount of light and energy that is coming to the planet since the end of 2012. Internally, all our cells are changing from an organic structure to a crystalline one, the perfect prism through which the light can pass to bring about the illumination of our bodies, thus ending the density of 3D. Not everyone will experience this transformation. Many people will choose on a soul level to leave before the earth reaches that moment. Others will leave because their body will not have the light that allows them to survive in higher dimensions. But those souls whose decision is to change their carbon-based cellular structure to crystalline form will accompany the new Terra Nova, Gaia in the Golden Age, and they will be able to ascend without leaving their bodies. Never in the history of this universe have beings taken this great evolutionary step at the same time and consciously. At the end of the year 2012, when the whole solar system as a whole reached the end of its 26,000-year journey, and the sun, together with its planets, was placed in a perfect alignment with the Pleiades sun, Alcyon, with Sirius, Orion, the center of the galaxy, Hunab-Ku, the twin push and pull energy there as a result of the enormous gravitational attraction. We traveled in 7 days, 5 light years to the star system of Sirius, which is in the 5th dimension. Thus began a new galactic journey, a new cosmic cycle, and a cycle is a return through something. If we add the word ascension, then it becomes an ascending cycle, forming a new spiral upwards, a circle that returns to its origin, but at a higher octave than the one where it began. The times in which the human being evolves from one dimension of consciousness to another in the physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual aspects are shorter and shorter, but now it is not a step from one evolutionary stage to another, but it is a jump from one dimension to another. That is why it is called quantum leap. In the previous evolutionary changes, the human being always remained with his DNA based on the carbon element in the 3rd dimension, and now comes the change of his DNA to the slice element, that is the base of the quartz crystal, the crystal DNA. In the periodic table of those of the chemical elements, we can see that between the atomic number of the carbon element and that of the slice, there is a difference of 8, that is an octave higher. No coincidence, but causality, because it has a cause and has an effect. A quantum leap happens when the atom suffers a modification due to external forces that force it to mutate internally, and therefore modify it structurally, changing its morphology towards other elements. The particles of light, called photons, will be the cause of this change in the atom of matter of 3rd-dimensional 3D, whose particles are vibrating at 9/10 of the speed of light, moving it towards a more subtle dimension and of frequencies greater than the speed of light, where the mass disappears as such. The morphology of the human being will mutate towards the slice element, which is a crystalline element. In Greek, Christ means crystal, which will represent a quantum leap of frequency in a Fibonacci spiral, which is the basis of the genetics of the human being, made up of crystalline structures. And it is a leap because the mutation and change of DNA does not pass from the third dimension to the fourth, but to the fifth. It is a leap from the third to the fifth dimension. Finally, in a mystical philosophy, the word Christ means high spiritual level, a level that is beyond the common level of the human being. And curiously enough, the DNA will mutate into silicon, ceasing to be carbon, so that our bodies become luminous. That is the new step we are taking in the propeller of ascension towards oneness, the one with divine source, with sacred love of one, Pars Kute. And today from Divine Sister of the Light, Jenny Schiltz, Uluru, Awakening. When I studied to be a shamanic practitioner, I trained with someone that had worked closely with Sandra Ingerman. I loved the style, and I figured I would be drawn to the Native American way. While I have 2 native guides, Standing Bear and Eagle Eye, they were not my primary shamanic guides. I found myself pulled into working with the Aboriginals in Dreamtime. Initially, I felt quite hesitant to follow this path, as I have never been to Australia, and I knew absolutely nothing about the Aboriginal culture or their sacred sites. However, Spirit does not care about cultural appropriateness and will illuminate the path that is most in alignment with you. Through the shamanic training I received, Spirit consistently brought me home to the beauty and wonder that is Uluru and Dreamtime. Now I often find myself going into Uluru and working with the beings that reside inside. When I assist with a soul retrieval, I begin by going into Uluru, where I meet my Aboriginal soul retrieval guide, receive an energetic clearing, and then it opens into Dreamtime, where I am guided to the lost soul pieces of the client. Over the last few years, I have watched a change taking place. On January 12, 2020, there was a massive change within the community that resides within Uluru. This was during the conjunct between Pluto and Saturn. During this time, all of the Earth's chakras were reconnected. This was extremely important for the ascension process, and it was needed for the new children that have been coming in. Within the last few months, I was shown another great change. I was standing outside Uluru, and all around the sacred site, massive weather events were taking place. Floods, mudslides, earthquakes, ice storms, and snow, and drought. The message was that we were entering into a time of massive earth changes. On December 20th, as I settled down for sleep, I was drawn back into Uluru. I saw a group of about 20 beings that I had seen and worked with before, sitting around a huge hole. I went to where they were, and I was instructed to sit and join. Just then the hole lit up with the greatest gold-white energy that illuminated all our faces. I asked what was happening and if we were working to activate the Earth's heart chakra. I was told no, and that at this time we were giving energy and activation codes to the Earth to awaken her and break the spell of sleep. I looked over to one of the beings that I've connected with for years and said, "There's going to be massive earth changes when she wakes up, isn't there?" She smiled and said, "Yes, be ready." I stayed with the group, sending energy to break the hypnosis spell for as long as I could, but my eyes were so heavy. I asked them to wake me when it was time for the solstice, which would be at 3:02 a.m. Denver time. I drifted to sleep and knew that I continued to assist in some way, but woke with a startle to the words, "Wake up." I got up and looked at the clock, and to my surprise it was 2:02 a.m. I got comfortable and I headed back inside Uluru. The group was still around the hole, sending energy. Now there were hundreds of people within the sacred space. The energy going into the earth was much stronger, and you could feel a stirring, and excitement was building. I could also feel just how many were connecting in from outside the sacred site. It was incredible. I sat next to the one I know, and we began toning, and as I said, calling the mother home to herself. I told my friend that I had heard and believed that the earth had moved into higher dimensions before this date. She said this is true. Part of her had moved into the higher realms. This is her hidden shadow aspects. She will join with all her parts that laid the groundwork for the final transition into the higher realms. Just as you, humans, are doing, many have aspects in the higher realms that they will be merging with soon. We continued to sing, chant, and tone for about 2 hours. I stayed in a lucid state, more fully there than in my own bed. Sometime after 4 a.m., I drifted back to sleep. In the morning, I woke and I returned to Uluru and the group that was still working with the energies. The energy in the space felt different. There was a quality of awe, of reverence, and even a little bit of hesitation. I moved towards the circle, and to my surprise there was an open eye in what was just a hole prior. I stared at the eye and realized that the eye was not like a human's eye, and I could see great anger coming forth. It was the type of anger that was deep and seething. I looked at my friend, and she says, "We are sending love to her now to calm her." I looked questioning, and she replied, "Imagine waking from a nap to find your home destroyed and your children abused. How angry would you be?" To me, I felt like I was staring into the eye of a giant, powerful, beautiful dragon. It was how my mind processed what I was seeing. I stayed in the space for a few more hours, sending her love, and in a sense we were holding her, as the energy went from anger to sorrow to determination. If you feel called, please send her lots of love. She is coming home to herself just as we are. She is integrating all that she is so that she can move forward just as we are. It was amazingly beautiful, and it was an honor to be able to understand what was happening. I'm not sure where all of this will lead. What I do know is that we are moving from duality and separation into unity and 0 point. All distortions must be seen, the stories, justifications, and collateral damage for the greater good must be seen for what they are, excuses. We must own where we have separated from self, the earth and source, and reconnect. It is time that all of us, all our layers, all our aspects awaken from sleep and hypnosis to join the parts of ourselves in the higher realms that are waiting. They are eager to merge and to create the new. It is time. Deep gratitude for all that support and share this work. I appreciate all of you. I hope that you are doing well in the solstice energies. Now the deep work begins. We must see through all the ways we have separated and acted from a place of unconsciousness to the whole. Love and honor yourself regardless of what comes up within, to be heard and seen. You are so deeply loved and cherished. Lots of love, Jenny from JennySchultz.com. Today from Divine Bro Star of the Light, Daniel Scranton. Those offering quick, easy solutions right now, the 9D Arcturian Council. Greetings, we are the Arcturian Council. We are pleased to connect with all of you. We are so very open-minded that we will entertain anything as a possibility, especially in regards to humanity and your spiritual evolution. We only want what is best for you, and anything and everything that could possibly bring you closer to knowing yourselves and everyone else as source energy beings is something that we will consider. We know that you are tired at this time, and it is when you are tired that you tend to look for relief from somewhere or someone outside of you. You ask for help or you look for help instead of realizing that being tired is temporary. You will get past this time that you are in where you are so fed up with how things are there on earth. You need to remember that. You need to trust that things will get better, and you need to know that there is help coming from beings and collectives like ourselves. There is help coming from those who are considering all possibilities and looking down every possible timeline for humanity. If someone tells you that they have it all figured out, that they have all the answers, and that all you have to do is follow them, you are more likely to fall for that when you are tired and fed up. But what we have found is the best possible thing you can do when you are tired is to sleep, rest, or meditate. Please do not go looking for the easy, fast, skip-over 10-step solution, because there will always be someone presenting you with the type of solution, no matter what you are tired from or fed up with. You need to recognize that you have helpers that are unseen and often unheard and even unfelt. You also need to remember that you have greater access to us when you are asleep, resting, or meditating. That's when we really get to connect with you, and that's when the solutions that we have been able to find can come pouring into your consciousness, to your energy fields. You have so much available to you when you go within and seek out what is infinite and eternal inside you. But we do understand why the quick and easy solution is so attractive, so alluring. And perhaps you have gone down those paths before and you have learned the hard way. Now you get to be the masters you were born to be, and you get to teach others about the folly of the quick, easy, and often shiny solution that someone is presenting to you. The only way that we know works is to go within and do the work on yourselves that you need to do, and we are speaking from experience up here in the 9th dimension, where we remember all of our past lives, and remember we are also observing all of you. So what we are attempting to say here is that you're your own best healer, teacher, and guru, and when you recognize that you often do let in all of the help that is coming from the higher realms and beings who really do want to help you, like ourselves and so many others who are of the light, from the light, and who have only light to give. We are the Arcturian Council, and we have enjoyed connecting with you. Day from Divine Sister of the Light, Judith Kusel. There is such a deep and profound opening of the Sacred Heart now, and indeed this is the heart opening intensifying to embrace the new golden age. I indeed have received the sacred tones to open the heart center more, and indeed tuning into the divine feminine sound vibration, which in turn tunes us to the higher heart, and thus the sacred cup, the sacred grail energies. Overlighting this whole process is Mary Magdalene, fully returning in her highest Christed cosmic master state with Yeshua, bringing in the harmony and balance of the divine masculine and divine feminine, and with it the ultimate return to unity and oneness and unconditional love. My heart indeed is overflowing with love, such an outpouring as I have never experienced before. This is a totally new life unfolding. There are no shortcuts as far as inner work is concerned. So much love, Judith Kusel from judithkusel.com. And quick updates from 3 of our divine sisters of the light. Rashmi Kalani. Intense photonic downloads last several hours, ever-intensifying fluid plasma liquid light. Flow, flow, flow. And from Grace Solaris, euphoria is here to stay. It is our new state of being in the new earth reality and comes with divine sovereignty. And from Amanda Lawrence, unprecedented and ongoing incoming energies, arrived December 25th. We've not had this frequency strength before. The easiest route equals flow. It takes 3 linear days to integrate each energy into our cells. Today from Divine Sister of the Light, Karen Lithica. The new light age, the Arcturians. We celebrate the great achievement, the great milestone reached in your construct. For your crystalline world now evolves on the higher light trajectory. To naturally know your unique crystalline world is upgrading, enabling you to reach your full crystalline light body potential. The enhancement of your expanding light body, integrating your physical form. We ask you to have patience with the transition, seek internal understanding of your personal progress, solitude. See the great achievement of the planetary event and the intensity of love expelled from your light body has rapidly advanced your world, leading to the higher light timeline. To assist your upgrade, know your higher self is integrating with you in every moment. Feel this as a higher light intelligence, enabling you to see beyond the narrative of your world, to feel inner peace and assurance of the next moment. Know the new light age is here, light family. Feel the assurance of the coming days and months, for your role and placement in this timeline is perfectly aligned. See yourself as the true light beings you are. Welcome to the new light age. Infinite love and blessings, the Arcturians and Karen Lithica from KarenLithica.com. And today from Here in the Moon Astrology, Sunday, December 27th, 2020. What we now need is a conscious pause, a period of rest for a reset, so we can undo, unhook, untie, and unravel ourselves from whatever belongs to the old. Wishing you all a peaceful, restorative holiday at this turning of the year. I am taking some much-needed time for rest and foregoing the week-ahead forecast. From Here in the Moon Astrology.co.uk, and from Divine Sister of the Light, Leah Whitehorse, Lua Astrology. Lunar aspects. The moon is in Gemini, restless, needing to talk, imbibing information floating through the air, hands twitch, needing to fiddle, pick things up, put things back. Ceres reaches out, croons gently as she sits by the sea. Take my hand, she says. I will still your mind and soothe your soul. Waves roll, dreams ripple across the skies. Birds have stars for eyes. Curious. In the background, black moon Lilith rages against restrictions, beats owl wings against glass. Saturn whispers that revolutions take time and foundations must come first. We need to be present, deeply connected to our bodies and the earth beneath our feet. Mother Nature will give instruction if we care to listen. New elements are being formed deep underground. Primal magic begins with sensing the pulse of the planet, the ability to wait for the right moment to act. There is a rhythm to all things. Not now does not mean never. From LeahWhitehorse.com. Today from the Zolkin Times. Kin 13, Red Cosmic Skywalker. The number 13 is called cosmic, and its keywords are transcend, endure, and presence. The 13th day of a wave spell is the last stop of a journey that had a beginning, many stops along the way, and a final destination. We all began on Red Dragon, and now we are here. The enduring aspect of the number 13 refers to the processing you must now do to take in and absorb all you have learned during this wave spell. This prepares you for the next one. Today is Red Skywalker, and the key words associated with it are explore, space, and wakefulness. The Skywalker is always trying to wake us up, shake us up, and get us motivated and outside the door. Skywalker also insists you approach things with an open mind. When we have a Red Skywalker day, it's helpful to practice these things. However, when it falls on the last day of a wave spell, the adventures have the potential to be enduring. Then again, this particular Red Skywalker is kin 13, and 13 is the sacred number that holds a great deal of power. I always enjoy this day personally, but you never know what to expect from it. Today's guide is the Red Earth, which represents evolution. What a poetic guide for this kin 13 special day. All this potential enduring and open-mindedness may actually lead to some evolution in our lives. Plus, the Red Earth also helps us with our synchronicity, which makes for a most helpful guide, pointing us in the right direction. And today, from Divine Sister of the Lights, Christina Papagiorgio, Red Cosmic Skywalker, kin 13, 27 December 2020, a cosmic explosion of love, navigating the new bliss. 27-12-2020 equal 27-12-22 equal 934 equal 16 equal 7. 27 courage, leadership, command, rewards. 9 ending, destiny, service, humanity. 12 acquiring wisdom and strength. 3 Holy Trinity, joy, creativity. 22 architect of peace, master builder. 4 form, structure, foundation, earth, angelic. 7 magical, mystic, spiritual, initiation, solitude. Kin 13 equal cosmic consciousness, goddess, 13 moons, and natural lore. A magical cosmic portal accessing bliss on earth. And so we have arrived at the final destination of our journey with Emish, our red mother dragon, where we have been incubating deep in the womb of creation. Our main focus has been reawakening our feminine aspects by attuning to the importance of love, nurturance, and compassion for ourselves and our planet, realizing the importance of self-love and the giving and receiving of unconditional love in order to grow and flourish and be born anew. Our focus has been on self-love, self-care, and nurturing ourselves and our kin, getting in touch with our softer and more feminine aspects in order to embody the divine feminine creation energies in our being. This has been necessary in order to build up our self-esteem, confidence, and acceptance of our value in the world. Day 13 is about expanding this energy of divine love and compassion out into the entire cosmos. It is time to step up into our expanded and divine cosmic human presence and be seen in all our divine glory. We commenced our journey on day 1 with Kin 1, our red magnetic mother dragon, where we were magnetically attracting through our heart portal all the love and nurturance that we desire. Yesterday we experienced the love born from unity and connecting with our kin through the universal communication grid. On day 13 we transcend the need for earthly or human love from our mother and realize the expansiveness of pure cosmic love that exists throughout the universe, easily accessed through the state of pure presence. Our realization that all is love, everything is born of love, and we all eventually return to love. Yesterday, the crystal tone enabled us to connect the galactic global grid. Now that this is broadcasting, today it enables us star blossoms to connect to our star families and brethren throughout the cosmos. ET phone home, a brilliant day for contact and communications in any form. Ask for a sign and be prepared for some giggles. Tone of creation, cosmic tone 13 in the spiritual realm. Action transcends, power endure, essence presence, total expansion encompassing your magnificent presence. The 13th day of the Red Dragon wave spell is the one that gives closure. As we see the totality of what is and start shifting our perception, we awaken the Mother Goddess within us and accomplish what we have been expressing through love, nurturing, and compassion. Through the power of stillness and pure presence, We have transcended our earthly needs and can experience the total cosmic soul expansion through bliss. Today is a brilliant day for dreaming, astral traveling, time traveling, and skywalking. Tune in and align with the endless cosmic flow to access and receive the greatest bliss codes in the cosmos. Today's question is, now that I have embodied more love and accepted my true value, how do I expand that into the cosmos to realize my dreams? What is my next adventure? May you navigate your way throughout this expansive cosmos of infinite love to bring home the treasures you deserve. Happy adventuring, Space Cadets. Tomorrow is White Wizardry Day of the Power of Three. We enter into the realms of high white magic for the next 13-day cycle. This wave spell is where we have claimed our cosmic presence and stepped up into our power. We can then create endless white magic in our world through the power of love. In La Keka La Kin, Christina White, Magnetic World Bridger, Kin 66. Kin 13, Red Cosmic Skywalker. The mantra, the code for today is, I endure in order to explore. Transcending wakefulness, I seal the output of space. With the cosmic tone of presence, I am guided by the power of navigation. So, beloved beings of light, let us know in the comments below what you're experiencing, what you're feeling, your dreams, your visions, and your synchronicities. And if you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe and click the subscribe button below and the little bell to get notifications on future updates. As always, we have the link in the description below to the transcriptions of today's transmissions, and we archive these on our website, primedisclosure.com. I'd like to also thank everyone for your support on Patreon, for your pledges. It's because of your pledges that we're able to bring these daily transmissions to the world. We're about halfway to what we need for our daily living expenses, so thank you all for your continued support. I'd like to thank Divine Bro Star of the Light Ron Carson for raising your pledge today. Thank you, Bro Star of the Light. We appreciate you greatly. Thank you everyone for your continued support. If you'd like to support our work and mission, you can make a pledge on patreon.com/Prime Disclosure. I'd like to also take the time to thank Divine Angel of the Light, Arifa Gill, for your donation today. And I'd like to thank Divine Bro Star of the Light, Jim Amber, for your donation today. Thank you all. We appreciate every one of you. And I'd like to also thank everyone that has supported my Sacred Condor, my Queen's Etsy art business, with purchasing her goddess dolls, her goddess totems. And if you had made the purchase, please send an email to habanerosun@yahoo.com, habanero like the pepper, and then sun, S-U-N, @yahoo.com, and we'll send you a free video training. I'd like to thank Divine Sister of Light Stephanie for purchasing your goddess totem. These are handmade, unique, one of a kind, and they're encoded with the Divine Union and Divine Feminine codes. You can purchase one of these sacred items, these totems, goddess totems, at lunagoddessart.com. So I'd like to end today's transmission. We're out of time here. We're going to end it with a sacred affirmation from our Divine Bro Star of the Light, Andres Moreno, through the Ashtar command. I, sovereign, free human and spiritual being, standing as equal among the members of the galactic community, request of my free will on behalf of the people of Terra assistance to the Galactic Federation of Worlds. I expel malevolent and invasive extraterrestrial forces out of this world definitively, to end their occupation and liberate the people of Terra from slavery, that any previous agreement made with malevolent extraterrestrial forces in the past be rescinded. For by their own free will, the people of Terra are reclaiming back now our own planet. The people of Terra are reclaiming their rights and their sovereignty. The people of Terra make now an agreement with the Galactic Federation of Worlds. May this be set in the infinity of the stars and the eternity of time. May peace and justice always prevail. So thank you all for joining me today. Happy day 2 of New Earth Energies. Keep walking your sacred path with heart and bringing in the highest frequency and codes of divine unconditional love. We love you all. Namaste.